Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
Hello and welcome to part 2 of Tata First powered by NEN. I'm Devina Lasson. An initiative by the Tata Group and NEN, Tata First is a unique national mentorship and recognition platform for student entrepreneurs. Last week on the show, we showcased some of these entrepreneurs and got you highlights from the Tata First National Conference held in Bangalore. This week, we'll bring you the rest of the action from the conference, meet some more inspiring student entrepreneurs, and reveal the winners of the 4th edition of the Tata First National Conference. With over 600 student entrepreneurs participating in the conference this year, the shortlisted students made their way to the finals of the Tata First Conference. A full day of sessions, mentoring, and an exhibition to showcase their ventures was in store. The conference also provided an opportunity for our student entrepreneurs to discuss some of their challenges and get valuable insight from senior leaders at the Tata Group.
Good afternoon, I'm Samir from The Climber. We are a startup that essentially deals with creating peer-to-peer workshops for students from classes 10 to class 12, and also class 8 to class 12 actually. What we do is we have a project called My Captain, where we have captains from around the world inspired by Dead Poets Society. We have captains who can have achieved, college students who have extraordinary achievements in certain fields. Along with this, we have for marketing, we have a series of events called It's Time India, where we go and promote leadership, creativity, and inspire students in schools to take up the My Captain project and do the workshops. We also have a magazine that acts as a platform for students who enroll in the creative writing and the illustrations workshops. My question is, do we stick to this model where you have B2B, but we are not getting a lot of good subscriptions to the magazine, nor are we getting good enrollments into the workshop because schools are reluctant to push it in, saying they already have other career guidance things? Or do we go B2C, wherein we find an ambassador and we push it through the students, circulate it, and then approach the school after it's got a lot of attention amongst the students?
So the first question that I would ask is that have you done a product market fit? That is, the products that you are offering, is there a demand for it? Because
yes, so there is.
If you have established there is a demand, then certainly I would recommend exploring more than one channel.
Okay, both.
Okay, so B2C is one, online could be one, having local champions, representatives, right?
Okay.
So yeah, definitely you should explore the B2C channel.
Hi everyone, I'm Omkar and I'm from Adventures365.in. Actually, we are working on Adventures365.in since last 6 months. In last 6 months, we have built our product and we launched on 25th of December 2014. Till the time, we served some customers, almost up to 70 customers, and we are generating some revenues out of it. So, it's just my question is, what is the exact time to go for a funding? We are in a dilemma. What should be the exact time to go for Series A funding?
The important thing about raising capital is if your product needs marketing to succeed, then it's not a product yet. Okay, so you need to build a product that does not need marketing. If anybody who has $10 million can do many things, right? So it's important, how do you build a business without capital? So you have to first make sure that you're not building a company that requires capital to succeed. If it needs a heavy amount of investment, then probably you're not the right person, not the right place to do it. So first thing to think about funding is, when you're creating a business, is try to make sure it is cash, it generates cash, and you're able to run the business without need of capital, initially at least.
Okay.
And then make sure that every month on month and month, you're able to make more traction with your own accrual revenues,
okay,
with your own revenues.
My team came up with a product. We have designed a phone for the blind people. There are about 15.8 million blind people in India, whereas 39 million blind people all over the world. So this product, the phone, which is designed for blind people, is based on the Braille language, the Braille Lipi, which blind person use to communicate. So there is a display. On the display there are dots, and in every dot there is a pin. So whatever message is being received on the phone, whether it may be a message or if a person calls him, so the 10-digit mobile number, it gets converted into the Braille language and the pin comes up. But now the problem which you are facing is for commercialization. since it's for social cause, there are low profit margin is involved in this product. So if someone invests in this product, so it would take long time to recover the funds. It would be a long-term investment. So, sir, what are the options for us to raise the fund for this product, to get into the market?
One is that, you need to do a product market fit, what we call. Have we, have blind people, right, adopted it, and are they showing? You have some sample data.
So we had feedback with a blind person. He has used the phone, and he told he was happy, and he told it should come into the market.
Yeah, so you should do more.
Yeah.
One. Second is there are associations
NAB,
that
National Association of Blind.
both here and US.
So yeah, we are in contact with them.
Yeah,
Actually, we had taken feedback from the blind people from NAB in Worli, National Association
so
for
feedback
Blind.
is good, but they could also get you funding, or they could get you the sponsors for the initial funding. Okay. As Sashank recently mentioned, you are one of those startups that is global. Yeah. It doesn't have to be India. It so happened that you're dealing with India. So what I would do is immediately contact, right? See, you are the champion of the product. You should be carrying the product, right? You should show people. You should be very excited, not explain the product, right? Of course, you should explain the product. So, try to get this product in the hands of people that matter, blind associations, whatever. As you were saying, I had one more idea, right? You are saying that I can type a message and it can automatically braille it and send it to a person. Yes, so it also gives me the visibility to see what a blind person sees that I cannot see. So you must look at that also. You're purely looking at this as a blind people's phone, right? But it's the vice versa is also true.
With that, it's time for a short break. On the other side, more action from the Tata First National Conference. You're watching part 2 of the program. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching part 2 of the Tata First National Conference held in Bangalore. The roundtable at the conference provided our student entrepreneurs an opportunity to engage with seasoned entrepreneurs and understand how to cross the many roadblocks they face early on in their ventures. Let's listen in to some more questions.
I'm Mohammed, co-founder of MobiaPush. So MobiaPush is a SaaS product which enables websites to send push notifications. So all our smartphone apps send push notification to us. So we thought of why don't website can also send push notification. So we developed a product which helps website to integrate push notification and send to the users. So we want to replace the existing marketing channels like emails and social media, which have a lesser click-through rate than less than 2%. And we want to replace that marketing channel with our push notification channel.
So in a SaaS product, one of the growth hacks that we did earlier on was we used to give it for free for 30 days, a trial period. But what's most important in any product, which I think is more important than even the money you receive for it, is usage. Okay, so usage is, for us, usage was everything. Usage was oxygen, right? So if your customers or users are using your product, money will follow. Okay, but first get them hooked onto the product in usage terms. So we built dashboards where we would measure how much time is my customer spending on my product. And we used to continuously push that up and up. And at a particular point in 30 days, he'll be so hooked onto the product that when I go and ask him for payment, he's ready with the checkbook even before that.
I am Chaitanya Kollatkar from the Parking Scout. I want to make parking hassle-free and stress-free for all of you. What's our market strategy today is we have come up with an Android application which gives details about parking and no parking areas in different areas. We want to start up with booking of parking online through a sensor-based integrated technology, and this will help you find parking and book parking online. Each city we grow up to, should we have an office? As internet businesses are growing and integrated system, I want an answer from the panel that each city I grow up to, do I need an office?
Yeah, we're moving to a world where physical office space is becoming irrelevant for most of the businesses. You have to look at your business model, right? NEN is a good example. We have presence in so many places. We have consultants, very able consultants that are delivering the results that I'm seeing here, but they don't have offices. So you can manage without offices. You don't necessarily need, because actually it's a win-win situation, because if your kitchen or home is your office, you are the freest there. So you should probably look at the model where you hire people and say, you have to manage your own office, whether it's Coffee Day or wherever.
Gone are the days when an entrepreneur would start another IT or e-commerce company. Student entrepreneurs today are challenging the status quo and innovating with ventures ranging from carpooling, customized food trucks to enforcing a proper city management system. Let's listen in to some more inspiring student growth stories.
We all are from Meritrip's team. We do a car riding, and our startup is basically for college students. We target various universities where we allow our students to go online, post their own rides where they want to travel. We take 3 hours prior bookings. After 3 hours, we close down the booking. We gather the student traveling on the same route. Then we make a single booking among the 3 customers sharing a one cab, and we make a booking under the name of Meritrips to the Ola. Ola is our official travel partner. They provide us a cab to the customers. This reduces a traveling fare for the customers, make them travel safer because they are traveling with their own college mate, and a comfortable ride because they are traveling with the Ola. First of all, always we are targeting to the universities which are the outskirts of the city. Okay, always around 30 to 40 kilometers away. And most of the students, they don't get the vehicles or private transportation when they want. So they always end up with booking a private cab where they have to pay a lot. And being a student myself, I will always think about the pocket money. So this was the problem being faced by ourselves. So last 3 years facing this problem, we got into the idea that why don't we put something like a sharing of ride or sharing of a cab among our own friends, and this will somewhere it's going to be benefit to these guys. And finally this happened. Meritrips is now launched already in one of the university and covering more than 300 satisfied customers.
My name is Ronak Maheshwari. I am from Purnima College of Engineering, Jaipur. I am pursuing my B.Tech in Electronics and Communication Engineering. My startup is Impulse Motors. We focus, our sector of interest is manufacturing of food trailers and food carts. Basically, we are manufacturing such trailers so that the Redis wala and all that can get a full year employment. We customize the interiors for every customer as per his demand. The idea originated when we saw a juice vendor outside our college who is having a Jogad machines which is around 90 to 95,000. That was illegal. I think he earns 2,000 rupees daily, but he pays bribe of 200 to 300 daily to police. Actually, he is earning 1,700 rupees. So we thought if we provide an authentic vehicle, his earning would be his. He has to know not to pay any bribe to police or any other authority.
My name is Srij Patel. I am from Baroda. I study in engineering IT in Parul Group of Institute. My venture is about city management. In this city management, I have the people of the city will make themselves register in my site, and then whatever problems they have with the government, like road problem, roads are not built up properly, or cleanliness problem, or any other problems, they will make sure to register their complaints on that site. Then this complaint will go to the government officer, main head officer, and then the officer will complain. The complaint will be taken ahead, and it will be processed ahead, so that this work should be done, completed. After the work is completed, the person who registered will rate the work that has been done. So with this rating, the government officer will get help in his next election.
On the other side of the break, more action from the Tata First conference as we reveal the winners of its 4th edition. You're watching part 2 of Tata First powered by NEN. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching the national conference of the 4th edition of Tata First powered by NEN in Bangalore.
See, all of us have both sides of the brain. It's not that we are born with only one side of the brain. All of us have both sides of the brain, and depending on the time of the day, we might be using a particular side of the brain more. So if just before this you all went and looked at spreadsheets and did a detailed analysis on something, you will come here and see the lady turn anti-clockwise. You're using your data side of the brain, which is the left side of the brain. And if you have been in a mode, you just woke up and you're in a pattern-oriented mode, you will see the lady turning clockwise. And for some of us, we see the lady turning clockwise a lot of the time, and some of us see the lady turning anti-clockwise a lot of the time. So neither good nor bad. It's just recognizing that we have creative aspects, we have data-oriented aspects. The creative aspects are important for the idea, which starts your enterprise. But also what is important is that the idea is just a starting point. And then you have another 99% to go and persevere, and there you need your left brain, right? So we just need to understand that there are these sides to us. We need to leverage both sides as it is appropriate, right? So that's where I talk about create with freedom, nurture with passion, and change with detachment. So when you're creating, you create like a child. You don't worry about whether the boss is going to approve this, or whether this is going to get funded, or whether my colleagues are going to, look down upon me because it's a wacky idea. You create. But you have to, at some point of time, pick a particular idea which you think is something which you'll put your heart and soul behind and take it to the last mile. The best of ideas will get trampled upon, right? The better your idea is, the more people will trample upon it. So you have to be a maniac to get the idea go through the infant mortality stage, which all ideas go through. And you will be successful. And when you're the most successful, you will have to kill your own idea and go to the next one, because otherwise you will be disrupted by somebody else. And you'll be held holding a Walkman when the iPod walks away with the next generation of the market.
Wrapping up the conference with a zing were the awards felicitating the top 5 winners from the popular category and the jury category.
The People's Choice Awards is given to those student startups with the highest number of votes. Okay, these are the people who went out, hustled for votes, and the 5 of them who got the highest number of votes. So I'm going to call them out. Impulse Motors from Purnima College of Engineering, Jaipur. Raunak Maheshwari, Shashank Goyal, Monika Upadhyay, Neelam Gupta. World for Engineers from Parul Polytechnic Institute, Vadodara. City Management, Parul Institute of Technology. Tirit Patel. Clean Gujarat from Parul Institute of Technology. Smith Bhanushali, Akhilesh Sahani, Awadh Parihar. My Info from Bavaria Institute of Technology. Ravikant Makwana, Vishal Makwana. My Info 5. The most exciting part of the evening. So now we're announcing the top 5 of the Judges' Choice Awards. These guys have, so we had 431 nominations from across 89 cities, and these guys were the toppers. All right, so the first one is Media Mail Advertising Services. Big applause, guys. Meet Sharik Mustaq from Srinagar. Robocraft Inc. from NIE Mysore. All right. Hotel for Dogs from Loyola College, Chennai. Adishwar T.A. Shravan Krishnan. The next is MedPrime Technologies from IIT Bombay. All the winners and all the finalists People's Choice, Judges' Choice. Can you come up on stage?
Well, that's a wrap on this edition of Tata First.Part by NEN. We'll be back again next year with fresher ideas and some more student startups to look up to. Until then, from the entire team, many thanks for watching.
When you interact with the cross-section of entrepreneurs from different parts of India, and you really feel a bit encouraged, you really feel a bit, you feel a bit boost in your ideas, you feel a bit boost in your passion. That, wow, they are such great ideas and they're doing it.
We've had a few sessions in Chennai and they've given me rather good advice about managing my inventory, managing my resources and all that. It's been helpful, so hope it continues to be helpful through the day.
Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.